Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday the 27th of August and I'm in Holland at my parents' house. What I have behind me on my back seat, my incredibly messy back seat, is a Energy Kick cable. Now, the kind gentleman of the company, and I can't pronounce it. Where is it? Let's see now. I don't know. What I'll do is I'll put the name of the company in down here at the bottom. Anyway, they sent me this for loan for my holiday and for a few weeks afterwards, because I still want to actually do some testing in Ireland. Here we go. Look at that. But this cable anyway can charge on either single phase or three phase, anywhere from 10 amp to 32 amp, so you can effectively charge from 2.3 kilowatt all the way up to 22 kilowatts. And thanks to all of the let's move the leaflets out of the way. Thanks to all of the adapters, you can charge at things like camping hookups, three-phase industrial hookups, or, which is the one that I'm about to try, European Shuku, which is what I'm going to try here at my parents'. Now, I'm probably going to start at about 10 amp. I must check with my dad to see what the fuses are. But I'm going to try this cable with a 10 amp domestic socket and then see if it actually will work. Now, my previous experience with granny cables in Ireland was that the moment the car starts charging, I trip a fuse. And I'm convinced that it has to do with the way the sockets are wired. I spoke to my brother who does a little bit of electric stuff. And he says that basically all of the sockets in Holland have their own wire and then go to either a different fuse or a parallel fuse. Whereas in Ireland I get the feeling they're in serial, so they're all going through the same wire, they're all going through the same fuse. So you are quickly overloading something. I think. Could be completely wrong, I'm not an electrician. Anyway, I'm going to unhook this. I'm going to have a quick flick through the manual, as well as download the app. Apparently this thing has an app and I can Bluetooth it and see what current it's pulling and all that kind of stuff. I'm really excited to try this out, so let's get started. So interestingly, I just tried a socket here at my parents' and the car immediately went to a BCI. Then I found out from my dad, oh yeah, there's actually no earth wire on it. That would explain that. Trying a different socket there. And success! That's 10 amp, and that's about as much as that cable can handle. So here we are, here's the hookup. So that's the first plug into extension number 1 and extension number 2 into single phase 10 amp setting into the car. So now that we know that this cable works from a normal socket, it's time to try and find a CEE 32 amp socket and see if we can charge this baby at 22 kilowatts. Time to go visit a factory. Steel shop. Here we are. These should be 22 kilowatt three-phase separate fuse. So let's give them a try. Okay, let's see. I'm hearing a click. There we go, 1 hour 15 minutes. Success. So here we go. power 20 kilowatts. We are charging at 20 kilowatts. That's the individual voltage of each phase. As you can see here, 3 phases going. Here's the current on each phase, the voltage on each phase, the power on each phase. Peak power 20.5. Oh my god. So, total, it'll actually give you the energy costs. And I'm not entirely sure what it actually sets to limit, and how much it says for each, the prices for each kilowatt, but I'm quite sure I can look that up. Yeah, I'm pretty damn impressed with it. That is cool. It's really nice that you can, sorry for the noise, but it's in the middle of a wood shop. You can just change the actual setting to go a different amperage. It'll know whether it's straight phase or single phase based by any connectors. So yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. We're flying up. Look at that, 36%. This is absolutely great. Now I am gonna disconnect because I'm in a wood shop, as I said, or well, wood shop, steel shop, and in case there's, I'm in the loading bay for steel, so I don't really want to stay here for too long. I'll probably park it in the at a local charging station back at the turn the light on. Back at the soccer club near my parents. But this is perfect for the test. So yeah, I asked if they had any blue 16 amp sockets, but they don't. I'll probably have to go to a campsite or something. I could probably do that. No, I can't actually. Not in. I'm leaving. We're leaving back to we're going back to Ireland tomorrow, and we've got the rest of the afternoon planned. So finding a 16 amp socket, no. I might get time for that in Ireland. We'll see. I'll try and find a 16 amp camping socket, commando socket. Have one at work actually. Might try that. Anyway, this concludes the 22 kilowatt test, and it was brilliant. Now look at that, 70 kilometers. So I gained about 35 kilometers in the space of about 10 minutes. So that was good. Yeah, I can see the appeal to have this kind of cable. 22 kilowatt charging in a situation like this makes absolute sense. It's brilliant. Okay, time to find a normal charge point. And that is what happens when you plug in that focus into a Irish socket, or at least in my house. The adapter I got, which works for my laptop, we have the first socket adapter, then in a converter here, 16 amp, into the main one, and that's going to go into the car. That's one of my cats. Right, so I've put the switch back up, so let's plug this back in and wait for this to start up. So here we go, 10 amp, all good. Now I'm gonna plug it into the car, which should wake up the charger. There you go. I've actually deactivated everything I could on the ring with the exception of the fridge. It's starting to charge, and there goes the fuse. Good morning from a pretty cold, it's about 4 degrees, Mallow General Hospital. Have a peek at this. 9 hours and 10 minutes remaining. I am charging with the Energy Kick cable using a CEE socket, which is hidden here in the bushes. Now I have it currently set to 13 amp. Main reason for that is that I actually I'm not entirely sure what the maximum fuse on that thing is. But this socket is should be properly wired for continuous 16 amp. But I've got it set to 13. Main reason for the 13 is that I'm going to be here for the next 12 hours. The wonders of working in a hospital. The car is properly charging, which is good, because I tried it earlier, as you saw. I tried it earlier at my house. And my house, it keeps kicking out the Earth RCD, and it's just the wiring. It has nothing to do with the cable. It's just the wiring. I actually need to see if I can get one of my friends with his Nissan Leaf over and try the granny cable, then see what happens, see what the difference is. But I know Zoe here behind me is a bit of a greedy guts when it comes to charging. If anything can trip a badly wired connection, it's Zoe. Okay, time for me to go to work, and I'll be back here this evening at 8 o'clock, hopefully to a fully charged car. Now here we are, 18:36, and we have a fully charged car. Just turn you guys around, turn the light on. Well, that was painless. Not a single glitch. I took a screenshot of the Energy Kick app. I've already put the cable away because it's pretty cold and pretty miserable, and I'm still working. I took a screenshot of the actual energy it used. It used just over 20 kilowatt hours to charge from 35 to 100% at, what was it, 13 amp. So that's 2.5 kilowatt hour, I think it said. That's not bad. It still goes to show the energy efficiency of this car is pretty low at that rate, but a successful charge is a good charge. Now, I think that kind of concludes my testing of the Energy Kick. In short, great product. Very versatile. It pretty much, with the right adapters, means you can charge anywhere. That is assuming the actual circuit is properly wired. Usefulness here in Ireland, limited. I'd say probably if you have access to a 3-phase socket, great. If you don't, probably isn't for you. A lot of people would have a granny cable for charging sort of at family members, hence the name granny cable. But this is probably a little bit too advanced for just a granny cable. Still, it would work. You could use it as your home charge point if you had a CEA socket somewhere, say a shed, or say a garage or something along that line. Not a shed, a garage. Or even outdoors. My only drawbacks for it are the price. It is a little bit on the pricey side as far as I'm concerned. For the use I'd get for it. If my situation was different, as in, say, I was working somewhere where an employer would have 22 kilowatt socket on the wall and was okay with me using it, perfect. Or if I had it at home, obviously. Other than that, yeah, I can't really fault it. It's been great to test, so thank you very much for the guys that send it down to me. I'll put the link to their website and stuff in the description below. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that. So that was the Energy Kick.